Hi guys, you're welcome back to the material design of the model from set. This time we'll be talking about the subscribe form, now the subscribe dialog. We have the div class, the model fade, the ID of the subscribe form model, tab index of -1, the role of dialog, and the area labeled by subscribe form model. Now we have the enclosing tags. The first one enclosed there is the class for the model dialog, which role is document. Let's get to look at the style.css, which houses the subscribe from model, the padding 0 and 20 pixels. Now for the model dialog, that's the maximum width of 360 pixels with a margin of 30 pixels for auto. For the model content, that's the background color of transparent. For the MDL card, which is for the material design layout card, the width of auto. We have for the card title, which is the padding top 0. We have that's for the subscribe form. We've actually talked about the subscribe form model. When we get to the subscribe form, we'll expatiate more on this. That's for the model content. Now the button, which is for cancel button. Here we come for the subscribe form that houses down here. Let's get to look at the style CSS for the subscribe form. We've talked to the MD card title layout extent. We have for the card title and for the model logo, where we have the display black, width auto, height auto, margin 0 auto, padding 15 pixels, border radius 2 pixels, box shadow. We have for the MDL card supporting text width 100%. We have for input outline 0. We have for label margin bottom font weight 100 color. The color should be gray. We have for the error, the background color is going to be red. Left 0 with 100%, visibility visible. So it's going to bring a line. We have for the MDL text view field, the width 100%. 100%. So let's move back to the index HTML, where we have the div for the MDL card just talked about. For the title, which is the material design layout card, and we have for the logo. Now we have a supporting text with a form action, so you can give a sort of like subscribe.php to pick up the email address that will be passed into you. This is just a template, it's actually a UI tutorial. Now a method for the post, and we have the ID subscribe form, which takes us down to the JavaScript for the subscribe. Let's get to look at the subscribe form. Create a variable subscribe form, check for the length, and validate. What are the rules of validation? Email is required. An error placement. If there's an error, it brings out the line and return true. Can you see that? So let's move back to the index.html. Now we have the text field for the email address, the input, and for the label. Now we have a button to trigger the subscribe, which is going to call the form action. A closing form tag, a closing div for the MDL card supporting text, another closing div for the MDL card itself, another div for the subscriber form, for the model content, for the model dialog, and for the model fade, which is the parent tag. let's get to look at how this looks like in our web page. A click of subscribe button and see what pops up. The email address and the subscribe button. So a click on this will trigger the validation that the email address is what required. We have our cancel button. It's cancelled up. Let's click back again. We have it right intact. Thank you very much for hanging out with me throughout this session. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. In the next module, we talk about the contact, and we have a full-blown contact application, which I'll be explaining in details in the next tutorial. Don't go anywhere. Stay glued to the Web Technologies channel. Have a wonderful time. Bye bye.